Hi, welcome to Bava Kama Pei Vav Amud Bet. This is a review video for a section of the Gemara. I'm not going to do extensive color coding, but I'll go over the basic outline of the material. Tana Rabbanan, Baisho Arum Chayav, Ve'ino Domeh Baisho Arum L'Baisho Levush. If you embarrass someone who is naked, you are Chayav, and it is not the same to embarrass someone who is naked as it is to embarrass someone who is clothed. That's Tana Edek. Baisho bebeit hamerchatz chayav, ve'ino domeh baisho bebeit hamerchatz l'baisho b'shuk. If you embarrass somebody who's in the bathhouse, you are chayav, and embarrassing someone in the bathhouse is not the same as embarrassing someone in the shuk in public. Amar mar, baisho arum chayav. So, returning to that part of the Breitza specifically said that if you embarrass a naked person, you're chayav. Arum bar boshetu is a naked person capable of experiencing boshet, or possibly a better reading would be, are you really obligated to pay the boshet payment for embarrassing someone who's naked? Amrav Papa, Maya room, what is a naked person? Da'ata zika, a wind came, krachinhu lamane, and bunched up or lifted up his clothing, va'atahu delinhu tfei, and that person lifted up their clothing even more. Sorry, the person who's doing the embarrassing went and lifted the clothing even more, ubaishe, and thereby embarrassed him. Baisho bebeit hamerchatz chayav. You embarrass the person in a bathhouse, you're chayav. Same question here. Beit hamerchatz bar boshet hu? Someone in the beit hamerchatz, are they capable of boshet? Are they eligible for boshet? Amar of Papa, Shibaisho al gav hanahar. It's a case where you embarrass the person on the riverbank, so not actually in a private bathhouse, but in a place where they were going to bathe. By Rabbi Abba bar Mamal, Rabbi Abba bar Mamal asked a question. By Shoya Shen Vamet Mahu. If you embarrass someone who was sleeping and then they died, presumably without waking up in the interim, what is the din? What's the psak? My kami ba'ile, what is this question actually asking? What's he actually asking? Amar Rav Zvid, haki kami ba'ile, mishum kisufahu, v'ha-metle, v'leitle kisufa. So here's what Rabbi Abba bar Mamal is actually asking. Perhaps it's because of kisufa, meaning perhaps the boshet payment is because of kisufa, which is one of two kinds of embarrassment that is described here. And we talked about it a lot in class. We called it like sort of embarrassment, the humiliation that a person actually experiences. And this person died, and so he doesn't experience any humiliation. O Dilma, or perhaps mishum zilutahu, or maybe the boshet payment kicks in because of ziluta, because of degradation. Vaha usle, and this guy was in fact degraded. This person did in fact have degradation, even though they never woke up to experience it. Tashma. Here is an attempted answer from a Tannaitic source. Rabbi Meir Omer, Cheresh v'katan yesh lahen boshet. A deaf person and a minor are capable of boshet, or are eligible for boshet. Shote ein lo boshet. And a mentally incompetent person is not eligible for boshet. If you said that it makes sense to say that this is because of degradation, and that's why it teaches katan. Katan is eligible for degradation even if they're not eligible for actual boshet. So that would make sense. Do it that way. Ella, iamart mishum kisufa, katan bar boshetu. But if you said that this statement, this breita, is because of kisufa, kisufa, actual humiliation, is a katan eligible for that? Can a katan really experience that? Elamai, rather what? Meaning rather, how should we interpret this Tannaitic statement? Mishum ziluta. It must be because of ziluta. Afil shotanami. But then, so if you say it's mishum ziluta, which would work for the katan case, then a shota also should be capable of, should be eligible for the boshet payments. Amri, no, the response to that would be shote ein lecha boshet gdola mizo. There is no greater embarrassment than being a shota, meaning a shota is not eligible for even for ziluta. A katan is eligible for ziluta but not kisufa, and so the reason behind this statement charash v'katan yesh lehem boshet shota ein lo boshet is in fact ziluta, which a katan is capable of and a shota is not. Mikol makom nifshot mina mishum zilutahu. So we can conclude from here that it's because of ziluta. Mishum kisufa katan bar kisufahu. Because if it was because of kisufa, is a katan eligible for kisufa? Kidza amar of papa. And then we're sort of refuting that. As Rav Papa said, you embarrassed him, and he was in fact embarrassed. So yes, actually, maybe a katan is eligible for kisufa, is eligible for this feeling of humiliation. That's certainly what Papa thinks. And so it's not so clear whether the statement in the Breita, or Reb Meir's statement, whether it's motivated by kisufa or ziluta. And it's sort of, therefore, we don't have a conclusive proof right now in response to the question. Rav Papa Amar, Hachi K'mei Ba'ilei. So Rav Papa says, here's what the question really is. Mishum kisufa didehu v'ha'mayitlei. Is the payment, is one eligible for payment because of one's own humiliation, and this person died and therefore didn't experience any humiliation? Or maybe it's because of the embarrassment the family experiences, in which case presumably the person still is eligible. Tashma, so here's an attempted proof from Tannaitic material. Charash v'katan yesh lo boshet, shota ein lo boshet. Same idea as before. A charash and a katan are eligible for boshet, but a shota is not eligible for boshet. Iyamart bishlama mishum boshet mishpacha, haynu zekatani katan. If you were to say, it makes sense because it makes sense that the reasoning here, or the motivating factor here, is boshet mishpacha, and that's why katan is included. The katan themselves can't feel boshet, but the mishpacha can, the family can, and that's why katan is included in the list of people for whom you're chayav. Ela iyamart mishum kisufa didei, katan bar boshetu. But if you think it's about the individual's experience, is a katan eligible for boshet? Elamai, rather what? Mishum boshet b'nei mishpacha, afil shotanami. If you wanted to say that it's because of the boshet experienced by the family member, so then shota should also be included in the list of people for whom you're chayav for embarrassing. It goes shota nami. And then the Gemara says, no, shota ein lecha boshet gdola mizo. There's no greater embarrassment than being a shota. You can't embarrass a shota. They're not eligible for further embarrassment payments because it's the most embarrassing thing possible. Mikol makom nifshot minaz mishum boshet mishpacha. So we can conclude from here that it's because of boshet mishpacha. T'im mishum kisufa, because if it was because of an individual's humiliation, katan bar kisufahu, is a katan eligible for kisufa? Amar Rav Papa, Rav Papa says, yes, actually a katan is eligible for kisufa. T'michla mule umechlam. V'hatanya, Rebbe Omer, charash yesh lo boshet, shota ein lo boshet. Katan pa'amim yesh lo pa'amim ein lo. So this v'hatanya, as we talked about in class, v'hatanya means, in general, it means, isn't it the case that it's a challenge proof from a Breita? In this case, though, the Hatanya is actually not that. The Hatanya, Rashi says, I think, benichuta. I think we looked at that Rashi. Yeah, Rashi says benichuta. So this is actually a supporting Hatanya. So Rav Papa says, yes, in fact, it is true that a katan can feel boshet, and this Breita, Rebbe confirms that and says, whereas some people are in fixed categories, a katan sometimes yes, sometimes no. meaning sometimes the katan can actually experience bosha and sometimes not. Maybe it depends on the age of the katan, maybe it depends on the circumstances. So in some cases, this is now with Papa, sort of clarifying the Breitza from Rebbe, right, that sometimes you embarrass them and they do feel embarrassment, and sometimes you don't. So again, we're not sure of the motivating factor. Is it Boshet Mishpacha or the Boshet of the individual? We're not sure of the motivating factor. And so it's the same as our conclusion really at the end of the first possibility for what the question meant. Okay, we'll stop there.